Hello friends and welcome back. In this video we are going to talk about one more type of barrier, and that is semantic barrier. When we think about or when we look at this name of semantic barrier, we feel a little bit new as this word is new for you, but don't worry, this is very simplest concept of barrier to communication. So just look at the name. This name is a little bit new for you guys, and concept is also new for you guys, but this concept is having old theme, and this is what we call it old wine in new bottle. But there is no need to worry. I'm going to explain you this concept of semantic barriers first, and later on I'm going to discuss the sub bits of semantic barriers one by one. So friends, let me tell you the concept of semantic barrier. The concept of semantic barrier is not new, not a new for you, but you people have not heard this concept or heard this word so far, and this is what there are n number of questions in the mind of you guys, but I'm here to give you the solution of those questions right now. When you think about the concept of semantic barriers means nothing but what? The barriers which are created because of misunderstanding among the speaker and the listener. So friends, there are certain things which are there and which are created some misunderstandings which are created in the mind of speaker and the listener. So whenever the process of communication will start, there are some misunderstandings in the mind of receiver, in the mind of speaker also, about the concept, about the subject, about the even audience also. So whenever such kind of misunderstandings are there in the mind of both side, for example speaker and the listener, so here we are going to talk about those things, why those misunderstandings are created. Let me tell you. So see, there may be a question in the mind of you guys, how those misunderstandings are created, how those misunderstandings are developed in the mind of speaker, in the mind of as well as listener. So those things can be, those misunderstandings can be created because of sometimes improper message. Those can be created because of use of improper symbols or improper words. Most of the time speaker use some improper symbols, and because of those improper symbols, this kind of misunderstandings are created in the minds of speaker and listeners also. It can be created because of transmission, that can be called as faulty transmission. Then at the time of starting the process of communication, everything, whatever assumptions those are kept in the mind by the speaker, those should be explained to the receiver. Then only there is no chance to have those kind of semantic barriers in the process of communication. So simple things that you need to remember here as far as this semantic barriers are concerned. Semantic barriers are nothing but what? The barriers which are created because of misunderstanding from receivers and speakers side. How those can be created? Those can be created because of badly expressed messages and wrong symbols and wrong words which are used in the process of communication. So you people have to remember, you people have to go for this much only. Whenever we talk about the concept of semantic barriers, you people have to think, you people have to remember only one thing: this type of barriers are created because of misunderstandings among the speaker and the listener. That is the only thing you people have to remember, otherwise everything is same. So see what we do in this semantic barriers, how those are created, how those are emerged, that we are going to see in this particular video, as we are going to discuss about semantic barriers. I hope you people have thoroughly understood the concept of semantic barriers. Now I'm going to talk about the sub-bits of semantic barriers one by one. Friends, when we think about the semantic barriers, the first thing that we always remember, that always come in the mind of our guys, badly expressed message. The first point is what? Badly expressed message. So see, whenever you want to express the message, you people have to express that particular message in a right word or in a right expression. Most of the time we do not use right expression for the expressing the message. We do not go for right choice for expressing the message. It can be called what? Badly expressing the message. And whenever you express your message in a badly manner or in bad manner, it becomes semantic barrier. So it become a problem or it become an obstacle in the process of communication. So you people have to take care of one thing whenever you want to go for expressing the message. You people have to express in a right way, in and a right manner. So that is expected, and when you don't go for this, it becomes badly expressed message, friends. Moving to the second one, that is symbols and words with different meaning. So see, in the process of communication, there is a huge importance for using symbols and words. And apart from that, or beyond that, I may say like this: there is a huge importance for using right symbols and right words at the right time and the right place. So if you are going to use right symbols and right words at the right place and the right time, it carries huge importance in the process of communication. If you don't do so, definitely there are certain obstacles that we face in the process of communication, and those can be called as semantic barriers. Then another one is faulty transmission. See, transmission of communication process is also important, and if you go for faulty transmission of process of communication, transmission means just transferring the message, transferring the data, transferring the information, transferring the knowledge from one person to another person, and if it is faulty, then it may create some issues, it may create some problems in the process of communication, and that is a part of semantic barriers. Another one, that is unclarified assumptions. Friends, as I told you, every speaker has to clear about assumptions to the listeners. Whatever assumptions he has kept in the mind, those should be communicated to the listeners. If those assumptions are not communicated, in that case there are certain difficulties in the process of communication from both the sides. So at the beginning only, speaker has to talk about the assumptions which are kept in the mind. Then the next one is technical jargons. We use some technical jargons in the process of communications, and if those jargons are not aware with the listeners, definitely they may face some issues, and that is what it becomes semantic barriers. And the last but not least, that is another one, body language and gesture decoding. See, in the process of communication, there is a huge importance for body language and gesture and posture. Whatever body language you are using, gesture and posture you are using in the process of communication, that is also important. Now you may talk like this: sir, why you are not using body language while making this video? There are certain limitations when we go for physical lectures or regular lectures or like classroom lectures. There are certain limitations are not there to use the body language, but here when we go for video lectures, there are certain limitations for me for to use my body language. So body language, gesture and posture decoding is also important, and if you go for right body language and right gesture and right posture in the process of communication, automatically the message is transmitted from the speaker to the receiver in the right manner, at the right place and the right time. So there is a huge importance for body language, and somebody said like this: the most known language in this world is body language. We can understand from body language also. There is no need to have some words, there is no need to have some vocal words, and there is no need to have some written words also to understand the language. If you are able to understand the body language, you can understand any language in this world. And this is what somebody said like this: the most important language in this world is what? Body language, friends. So friends, in this video we people have been talked about semantic barriers, and in under this semantic barriers we people have been talked about different types of semantic barriers, and those different types of semantic barriers are badly expressed message. When we express the message in a bad manner, it becomes an obstacle. Symbols and words with different meaning. Whatever words and symbols you people have to use, those should be appropriate to the concept. If you are using inappropriate words, then it creates some barriers in the process of communication. Faulty transmission, this is also a part of barrier. If you are going to use this faulty transmission, it will not be good for the process of communication. Unclarified assumptions. So at the time of at the beginning of the communication process, that particular speaker has to talk about the assumptions which are there in the mind of him, and those should be communicated to the receiver. Then technical jargons. Whenever you're going to use technical jargons, you should aware that those jargons are also uh, aware with the listeners and with the audience. And the last and the last but not least, and that is body language and gesture and posture decoding. So here also body language should be used according to the communication and the nature of communication. Then posture and gesture should be given according to the nature of communication. That is also expected in this particular things. If you do so, if you take care of all those things at the time of doing the process of communication, definitely there will not be any sort of semantic barrier in the process of communication, and your communication will be more effective, and it will create a huge impact on the mind of listeners, friends. So friends, only this much for semantic barriers we people have seen today in this video. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Till then, stay safe and stay tuned. Thank you.